Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to The Success. In today's video, we're going to be going through 5 of the worst company failures ever. Now guys, real quick, before we do get into the countdown, I want to let you guys know that we will be picking one lucky subscriber every month to win a shout out at the start of a video. All you must do to enter is subscribe to our channel, like the video, and comment down below saying I subscribed. Good luck guys. Now without any further ado, let's get straight into this countdown. Number 5. Borders. Tom and Louis Borders opened their first bookstore in 1971. Their vast selection of books and innovative inventory system turned them into the second biggest chain of book mega stores. Due to years of miscalculating the future of book consumption, the bookstore all but vanished in 2011. It all started in the mid-90s when Amazon and other online stores hit the scene. Instead of developing their own website and focusing on online sales, the company decided to further their storefront endeavors and expanded into Europe and Asia, opening hundreds of stores. Their competitor Barnes & Noble did the opposite by preparing for the digital age, perfecting their online sales system and focusing on their storefront operations in the United States. When Borders did start to catch on the online market, they were already far behind and decided to use Amazon as a host for such sales. Because of this, as more and more sales were made online, instead of receiving 100% of the profit, they had to share it with Amazon. Borders was also caught in the past by devoting lots of money and inventory towards DVDs and CDs at a time when digital music and video was on the rise. While Barnes & Noble developed its own e-reader to grab the paperless book market by the horns, Borders was extremely slow to adapt to the change. All of these factors came to a boiling point in 2006 when, after several years of losing millions of dollars, Borders filed for bankruptcy. By 2011, Borders realized there was no way out and closed most of their remaining stores. The only stores remaining are in Southeast Asia, where it remains Borders in name only, as they were sold to a company named Popular Holdings. When they closed their doors, they sold their brand trademark and many other assets to longtime rival Barnes & Noble. Number 4. Kodak. The Eastman Kodak Company was founded in 1888 and was the most successful company in the photograph industry during the 20th century. They were the leaders in bringing the cutting edge of photographic technology and easy-to-use cameras to the hands of consumers throughout the world. But Kodak almost met its demise at the hands of a product that it actually invented: digital photography. Kodak invented this technology in 1975, but failed to jump on the innovation, believing that common applications for it were well into the future. Early on, the company thought that the high costs and complexity that would be needed to make a push into the digital front weren't in Kodak's best interests. So Kodak put digital photography to the side to be picked back up when the time was financially advantageous. By the time they switched gears, they faced competitors who had been perfecting their business models with digital photography at the center, whereas Kodak's model was still dependent on printed photos. While other companies made deals with websites and phone companies, Kodak floundered. In 2012, Kodak filed for bankruptcy. They have since come back from bankruptcy and started specializing in producing smartphones and tablets. Number 3. Yahoo. Founded in 1994, Yahoo was one of the most dominant web portals in the early days of the internet. But due to a series of bad business decisions, or just plain bad luck, the company started steadily declining in 2000, leading up to the acquisition by Verizon on June 13, 2017. The first major mistake that Yahoo made was failing in their bid to purchase Google in 2002. When the founders of Google told Yahoo that they would sell for $1 billion, Yahoo initially refused. When their chief executive Terry Seymour changed his mind and decided to take the offer, it was too late, as Google decided they wanted $3 billion instead. The next missed opportunity that Yahoo bungled was not offering more money to acquire Facebook. Apparently, Yahoo again offered $1 billion to buy the company, but Facebook refused. Several members of Facebook board came forward saying that if Yahoo had increased the offer to $1.1 billion, that they would have voted to sell. Yet another deal that fell by the wayside was when Microsoft offered Yahoo over $40 billion to take over in 2008. Yahoo rejected the offer, citing that they thought it was too low. But within a year, Yahoo came crawling to Microsoft and signed a deal to use Bing as their search engine, giving up on creating their own. Finally, the main reason for Yahoo's demise was not adapting fast enough and being content with being a web portal in a search engine world. Number 2. Nokia. Founded in 1865 as a paper mill, Nokia slowly worked its way from producing paper to the latest technology. In 1987, Nokia released the first handheld mobile telephone, and it was an all-time bestseller. Because of the resounding success, Nokia decided to switch their company's specialty completely to telecommunications. The Finnish-based company would be at the forefront of cellular telephone production and design for the next 15 years, and even created one of the first smartphones back in 1996. However, the aspect of creating easy to use and innovative software for their phones escaped them, as the phones they created to compete with the likes of the Apple iPhone and Google's Android weren't as user-friendly and prone to bugs. This was most likely due to the company's desire to remain hardware focused and resistance or inability to become software savvy. Almost immediately after the release of the first iPhone, Nokia's sales started to plummet. In order to avoid complete failure, the heads of Nokia decided to cut their losses and sold their phone business to Microsoft in 2013 for $7 billion. Chump change in comparison when you find out that in 2006 they were worth over $150 billion. They have since made a semi-comeback via other types of technological endeavors such as virtual reality cameras, medical tech, and networking equipment. In 2016, Nokia made a net profit of $26 billion. Number 1. Pan America. From 1927 until 1991, Pan Am was the largest airline company in the United States. But due to bad foresight, callous labor practices, and uncontrollable disaster, the global giant quickly met its end. The company basically had a monopoly on overseas travel until World War II, but was dealt its first major blow when the strong airline companies began to up their game. Pan American fought off the competitors with its innovations such as jumbo jets and an advanced system for making reservations, but these innovations couldn't match the corporate aptitude and human relationships that the other airlines dealt with more astutely. One of the main reasons for Pan American's failure was ironically due to its early success. Because of the sheer size of its fleet, the company was hit the hardest by the 1973 oil crisis. Just before the crisis, Pan American had purchased a number of brand new gas-guzzling Boeing 747s and was forced to dramatically raise ticket prices to recuperate. As it was trying to recover from this setback, it had also become a target of terrorism in the Middle East. To the terrorists, Pan America was a symbol of the United States overseas because it was the largest US airline servicing the area. During the Gulf War, in the midst of financial hardships and battles with labor unions, Pan America 103 on a transatlantic flight from Frankfurt, Germany to Detroit was blown up by Libyan nationals above the Scottish town of Lockerbie. The incident scared even more customers away from flying Pan Am, and many travel agents would no longer book flights on their planes. All of these events and poor managing of them led Pan American International Airways to declare bankruptcy and completely fold in 1991. Well, there you have it, guys. That was 5 of the worst company failures ever. If you did enjoy this video, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.